Straks onder andere Jungle by Night in de studio. En Evelien die loopt hier ergens op het festival. Je hoort dan vanmiddag tussen 2 en 4 al live vanaf North Sea Jazz. Maar heeft nu de wandelzender en is bij de dirigent van het Metropole Orkest. Hallo Evelien.
Hey Corné.
Hallo.
Ja, dat was heel vet. Want de dirigent van het Metropole Orkest die heeft vanmiddag, nou ik denk echt een kwartier geleden waren ze klaar, met Anouk opgetreden.
Oh.
En Anouk die heeft afgelopen jaar de plaat Jim en Dean uitgebracht. Dean en Jim, sorry. En daar is iets bijzonders mee, want dat is een ode aan de Hollywoodfilms. Dus dat is eigenlijk bijna een heel dromerige platenstad met een orkest. En een deel daarvan hebben zij vandaag samen gespeeld met het Metropole Orkest dit keer. Ja, en Simon Dobson is dus de dirigent. Simon, my compliments for your performance.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. What is it like to perform with someone like Anouk?
It's huge. I mean, you know, as an English person, even I'm aware of what she means here, you know? So to stand up on that stage with her and with the Metropole Orkest it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, but how do you prepare for something like that? You probably started with listening to the record?
Anouk sent me the tunes she wanted to do. And I think at the same time the arrangements were being made by her arranger. And then it was kind of quite a slow process. You know, we started rehearsing in February, I believe. And the rehearsals were quite spaced out. But it just took a long time, a lot of listening, a lot of talking, a lot of emailing, a lot of Zooming, you know, until eventually we found a place where everyone was cool, everyone was happy. And then the real work starts, you know. Then you have to start rehearsing and making sure that all the arrangements work correctly, which they did. And then, you know, then I have to just make the energy happen with the orchestra.
Yeah, and how many, from I don't know, I just saw it. I mean, I see so many people. How many people are in the orchestra?
It differs. So I think today we had something like 50.
And the choir, right?
And a full choir of like 12, I think. And it does get bigger as well. But I think today we probably had, I don't know, 65 people on stage, which is a vibe.
Yeah, I tried to look at your face during the performance, and you were so very concentrated.
Oh, you have to concentrate. You know, like it's kind of like a flow state. I have to be like, my brain CPU is like 100% the whole time. So I can hear the fan in my computer going, you know. But I have to be, I'm thinking about so many things at once. I'm thinking about the sound, I'm thinking about where we are in the score, I'm thinking about Anouk, I'm thinking about, you know, what's the next thing that I need to give a cue for? Is my body language correct for the kind of sound we're trying to make? So, I mean, if I look like I was concentrating, it's because I probably never have to concentrate harder. But also, you know, it's a total joy. It's, you know, when you can just kind of let go and groove along with everything, you know, I have the best job in the world.
Yeah, that's the thing, probably, because you say it's a groove, right? But if we think of an orchestra, we think classical music. But why is it so special what Anouk does with this record and these songs?
I mean, I think I think the coolest thing in the world is putting an orchestra with stuff, right? And so Anouk's music is already great, but put an orchestra with that, it's only going to sound better. And, you know, for what they do, Metropole are the best orchestra in the world. So it's like those moments are so pure and so real that it's like anything we do, it's just going to make the vibe higher for everybody. So that's kind of my job. You know, me and Anouk, we are the people who have to make sure that everybody is on the highest possible vibe, because that's the job, you know.
And do you notice anything of the audience?
Oh man, like, so normally I face away from the audience and I never ever get...
No, you're with your back toward...
Yeah, I'm always with my back to the audience. But with the Anouk shows, I'm side on to the audience. So for the first time in my career, I'm actually looking at 15,000 people, you know. But I'm so concentrated that really it's only the eyes of the orchestra, you know, like I'm looking into everyone's eyes so that we can be together and we can work hard. But really, I'm aware that there's like a bunch of people there, but I don't have the time to think about what's happening out there. You know, I have to be 100% locked into the middle of the orchestra.
Anouk also played her song festival song, Birds. What do you think of that?
It's a great song. Yeah. I have to admit, though, that I must have missed that year. My partner, she loves that. So every year we have a Eurovision party. And I think that was maybe a year I didn't see. But I've heard it since, you know. I know it's a really well-known song. And how does she do?
I think she was 6th, but I'm not sure.
I mean,
anyone?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 6th at Eurovision is a huge result, right?
It is.
Yeah, and she's a badass. You know, she's great. I love her.
Now, you are calling her a badass. I have to tell the people who are listening now the way you look. I mean, I don't want to call you a badass, but you look like a rock star.
You can call me a badass. It's fine. Well, I mean, it's kind of a weird thing in my life. Like, I've never fitted in as the look of a normal classical conductor. I've done a lot of classical work and a lot of crossover work like this. But, you know, I have very long hair. I have my hands and arms are covered in tattoos. I'm currently wearing black nail varnish because I realized this morning I didn't have any nail varnish remover. I only had nail varnish, so I had to go in again, right? But yeah, I mean, I think to start with, it was something that almost worked against me until people realized that I actually can do my job. And then after that, you know, who cares what I look like?
True. That's very true, and that's what about North Sea Jazz is about as well, right? It's about music. Thank you, Simon, for talking to us, and we're gonna play Birds right now of Anouk. It's a beautiful song. Thank you.
Thank you.
NPO Radio 2.